How you guys doing? My name is Stan Banks from T-Shirt Side Hustle, and I help people start T-shirt businesses from home. And today, I am really just making this video because something that really bothered me has been going on Instagram, and I made a post about it on Instagram and Facebook, and it's kind of like gotten some attention per se. And 60 seconds just isn't enough to explain how I feel about the situation or any situation. If you know me or you follow me and you've been following me for a while, you know I do make memorial t-shirts, but on the other hand, I do not feel comfortable really making them. Like, I do it as a service because it's a part of a custom t-shirt business. When people die that are close to people, they want shirts. I don't really like profiting off of it. Like, if I know the person and there's something that I can do with the profits from those shirts, I much rather do that. I had an associate from high school that wasn't really close to me, but I did know her very well from high school. I was actually a close friend of someone that I dated, and she passed away. She had a son. I took the profits from those shirts that I made and just gave it to the grandma for her son, and it just doesn't feel right to me. I also had a cousin who died in a fire at a daycare, or after a fire at a daycare. After getting the kids out, she ended up passing away for some reason. I'm not sure why. But I just, like, you know, my aunts and family members were, how much for the shirt? You know, just here, take the shirts, you know. And you don't even want to come out off at a loss. Now, I'm not knocking anybody who makes their business, because it is a legitimate business that you can seriously survive off of memorial t-shirts. It's just not something that I feel comfortable doing. I don't like doing it. But again, as a service to customers, I do it. And in this case, I think Nipsey Hussle said this before. Well, I know he said it before. How long before opportunity meets the opportunities, right? And the way America works, period, is, you know, somebody's downfall is somebody else's profit. It's just a natural thing in our culture, in our country, whatever you want to call it. It's just how things work in America, right? When something bad happens, something tragic happens, there's war. Some companies going to profit greatly, or whatever the case is. Some companies may even finance a war. So I said all that to say, in this post, I said, if you're printing Crenshaw, all money in logos and putting them on a shirt, you are not making that shirt in memorial or in remembrance or as a tribute to Nipsey Hussle. And it's gotten a lot of feedback. Some people agree, some people don't agree. Some people like, you know, I made my shirt like this. And by all means, I have a lot of ideas myself that I've been like wondering, like, you know, at first I'm like, hey, I'm gonna put this idea out, put this idea out. And I feel like I have some very dope, unique ideas that I'm just not in a rush to put out, because it's more so for me and how Nipsey affected me with his forward thinking, and, you know, the show must go on. But what I do mean by that is, printing a straight up Crenshaw shirt is not a memorial t-shirt. It's not doing anything to help the cause. It's just stealing. And you guys know I'm big on stealing. I'm probably the person that'll teach you how to steal. But I do believe in stealing in a way that is tasteful. What I mean by that is, take this idea, take that idea, combine them together and make them your own, right? And that's the whole concept, excuse me, of Still Like an Artist. But in the case of just printing a logo verbatim, that's just not how it works, you know? Printing those logos up without any thought or mindset to the cause, really, it's just not, oh, I don't want to make this thing fall. It's just not doing it in memorial to the cause, or whatever the case is. It's just not doing it. If you see a lot of artists are out here painting and or, you know, painting the logos with him in it, painting him, painting like the Marathon Continues flag logo, they're doing a lot of different things, but it's tasteful, right? There's an artist out here with the painting that I think is awesome. It's pretty goddamn dope in my opinion. He's wearing the white jumpsuit. It's kind of like a rendition of one of the pictures that he has where he's saluting to a kid, like giving the kid like a pound or a high five or something. And I think it's pretty dope. And it says it's $100, and we know that $100 is very significant to the cause of everything with All Money in the Marathon store, and everything that Nipsey had to do. The $100 was the proud to pay type of deal, which a lot of his garments are $100. His music was obviously $100, and it says 100% of the proceeds are going to some cause to do with Nipsey, right? Which is great. The painting is great. The cause is great. Do we really know if that was a solicited painting? It was a part of the funeral. So, you know, that's something that I feel like, okay, it was a part of the funeral, then maybe it is legit. But nonetheless, if it's not legit, then it's just not cool. You know, to even make that claim. Now, you know, a lot of artists have died and a lot of people have died, Biggie, whatever the case is, and these shirts will go on forever. But this is very, very fresh and is affecting a lot of people. What I would feel like, you know, I see the cultural, I see the rap relevance to Biggie and Tupac, and, you know, I do enjoy their music, but this was so much bigger than rap. I think Tupac had that persona of being more than just about rap. Biggie, on the other hand, was more so about rap. But as far as the advancement, you know, Nipsey Hussle can be talked about in the conversation with the a Biggie and a Tupac from rap, in my opinion. Even though he wasn't a super duper mainstream artist, but on the other hand, he could be talked about with Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, just if you really studied the plans that he had. I made another controversial post, said, show me something that you posted about Nipsey in 2019, before 2019, like before this all took place, which got a lot of flack in the case and on my Facebook page. But I really just, it wasn't a knock. You know, I think some people are fans of news, and I think some people are actually fans. And the piece that hurts, or that really bothers me, is that same portion that I'm talking about when it comes to being an opportunist. Like, some people just want to be relevant in the conversation and don't really have an idea. It's okay if you know nothing about it. It's okay to say, you know, I didn't really listen to his music, or, you know, I didn't know anything about him until his death, but looking at what he's done and what they're saying, I'm going to look more into it, and this is what it is, versus jumping into the conversation as if you were a fan of the music or the work the entire time. You guys know exactly when I found Nipsey Hussle because I was very, very transparent, very transparent. I want to say about 2 years ago now, and I really studied the movement. I read Contagious. I studied a lot of the things that I found out about him, which really just transpired me into listening to Mailbox Money, which is hands down my favorite piece of work of his, because of what it talks about in the same wavelength that I'm on, trying to create some form of financial freedom for myself and for my kids. You know, when I pass, you know, this whole YouTube channel, I really hope that my son takes over, right? And if not, how can I take these videos, this content, which is the major key of I guess that mailbox money mentality, and make it valuable enough for people to impact people, that is evergreen. I believe it's evergreen, and it will pay whatever dividends over a long period of time. And if I was to pass, how can I get that money to my kids, or how can I do this or that with that money? It is a very touchy subject, and I just feel like if you're making something, like I have these ideas that I want to put out, and it's kind of hard, and I understand it's kind of hard to put out memorial t-shirts without including some form of the logo, because even if you, like, you know, you make something, his tattoos are all over him, so if you were to use a picture of him, it's kind of hard. Or if you would grab a picture, it may have the logo in it. Whatever the case is, it's just, you know, maybe I'm just being overly sensitive about it all. I just feel like if you're gonna steal like an artist. If you're gonna make something memorial, put some effort into it. Make something, do some photo manipulation, and then put your piece out tastefully. One of the things that was said to me was, you know, hey, you were just on here talking about you wanted all of Nipsey Hussle shirts. And if somebody were to make something, I do want it. I do want a copy of it. I will wear it, hands down, whatever the case is. But I don't want you to send me a fucking Crenshaw shirt. No, I do not want you to send me a fucking All Money In logo t-shirt if you ain't buying it from the Marathon store. That's just it. So this is going to conclude my rant. I don't even know if I got to the purpose of it, but I just know 60 seconds was enough. So if you guys have any comments, put them in the comments below, and we'll link and talk about those down there in the comments. Yeah, so that's that. It's been your boy Stan Banks. Peace out.